Good morning, Gokul sir. Gokul? Hello? Gokul sir, I'm audible? Gokul sir, கேக்குதா நான் பேசுது?
கேக்குது சார்.
ஓகே 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 இல்ல மட்டும் செக் பண்ணிக்கிறேன்.
எஸ் எஸ் கிளியர்.
ஓகே ஓகே சார் தேங்க்யூ சார்.
எஸ்.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Morning, sir.
மேம் நீங்க கொஞ்சம் அந்த யூடியூப் ஆஃப் பண்ணுங்க மேடம். நீங்க யூடியூப்
Okay. Off பண்ணிடுவா?
யூடியூப் வால்யூம் மட்டும் ஆஃப் பண்ணி வச்சுங்க மேடம். வால்யூம் மட்டும் மியூட்ல போட்டுக்கோங்க.
Okay.
எக்கோ அது பாருங்க உங்களுக்கு.
Okay, sir. சரி. ஆஃப் பண்ணிடுவா.
ஓகே மேம். அந்த யூடியூப்ல பாத்தீங்களா மேடம், இப்ப அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து இது வரைக்கும் 440 பீப்புள் வியூ பண்ணிருக்காங்க.
ஓகே.
செகண்ட் டே ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து இது இன்னைக்கு வரைக்கும் 353 பீப்புள் வியூ பண்ணிருக்காங்க. தேர்ட் டே ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து 266 பீப்புள் வியூ பண்ணிருக்காங்க. இன்னும் லைவ் வியூவிங் போயிட்டு இருக்கு. நிறைய பேர் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காங்க. அதனால டெலீட் பண்ணல யூடியூப்ல.
சரி.
மேடம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா மேடம் நம்ம?
ஓகே ஓகே சார், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுவோம். பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் பரவாயில்ல இருக்காங்க, ஸ்டில் ஆரம்பிச்சு.
ஜாயின் பண்ணுவோம், அப்படியே பொறுமையாக ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டோங்க.
ஓகே ஓகே சார். Good morning everyone. Hearty welcome to the fourth day of the Faculty Development Program conducted by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Ranina Government College for on the topic Research Methodology and Journal Publishing. So today we are going to discuss on the topic Academic Integrity and Avoiding Plagiarism. Academic integrity simply means a commitment, even in the face of adversity, to 5 fundamental values: honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibility. Plagiarism means the adoption or reproduction of ideas, words, or statements of another person as one's own without proper acknowledgement, which includes being dishonest, lying, stealing someone's idea, cheating, disrespecting yourself and the academic community. Plagiarism specifically is a term used to describe a practice that involves knowingly taking and using another person's work and claiming it directly or indirectly as your own. Put simply, plagiarism is when you claim the words or ideas of others as your own. A key expectation of academic work is that what you submit is your own, that you appropriately source words and ideas that are not your own. Since academic writing involves building on the ideas of others, knowing how to integrate that material with your own thinking is the fundamental skill for success. Writers who simply haven't practiced that skill may find themselves submitting papers with unintentional plagiarism, which is the most common one among the scholars as well as academicians. A study by the Center for Academic Integrity found that almost 80% of the college students admit to cheating at least once. A survey by the Psychological Record shows that 36% of undergraduates have admitted to plagiarizing written material. A poll conducted by US News and World Reports found that 90% of students believe that cheaters are either never caught or have never been appropriately disciplined. And this is the tragedy behind plagiarism. And the faculty members also have no exception, as they too contribute a lot towards plagiarism. The UGC is also taking serious steps to avoid plagiarism in the field of higher education. So this shows the seriousness of plagiarism in the current scenario. Today we have with us Dr. Simran to deliver a talk on academic integrity and avoiding plagiarism. The most suitable person to deal with the topic more practically, as he is encountering so much of this problem as routine. Professor Suman is currently the founder and managing director, Coimbatore Research Forum, and managing director, Institute of Management Development and Research, and National Publishing House, and also the president of the Journal Association for Academic Scholars, which is also a part of International Open Access Technical Group of Serbia. In collaboration with this prestigious institute, SAR is planned to conduct a course on Diploma in Structural Equation Modeling, which is highly useful course. Those who are interested can contact SAR for further details. So he needs no more introduction, as you are familiar with him. He is the master of this topic, as he is overcoming the hurdles of plagiarism to make things set right for publication. I think Sir needs no introduction, as he is part and parcel of this faculty development program, and we are seeing him daily. He is a good orator, having deep knowledge in the area of research and publication. I welcome him on behalf of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and on behalf of all the participants. Surely today's session will be an eye-opener to all the scholars and academicians to interact and make the session alive and make it useful to everyone. Now over to Dr. Suman. Welcome you, sir.
Very good morning to darling Sylvia ma'am, and thanks to Maithili ma'am for again giving me an opportunity to talk on this topic of academic integrity and plagiarism. That is a hot burning topic of today's academicians and researchers. As madam has said, yes, I am not an expert actually, but I am learning how to avoid plagiarism each and every day, and I am trying to avoid the plagiarism given by the people who are writing their thesis work, or the people who are writing their journal articles, or when we review certain papers, we try our best to avoid that plagiarism. So today's talk will be more or less in a practical approach. I'm again repeating, it will be in a practical approach on what we see in the market today, what we encounter with each and every research paper or a thesis, whichever we look into it. So more or less, I will not be touching on the part of theoretical aspects. We will be going into the practical approach. What is reality? Because theoretical is something there, but practicality is there. There is what exactly is happening in academic scenario. To be more specific, what UGC is doing, UGC of India is doing, or in practicality with regard to what other journal people are doing with regard to Scopus, or it may be to other so-called bigger journal publishers are doing it in terms of academic integrity as well as in terms of plagiarism. So once my session is over, I'll try to complete my session at the earliest possible time, because I need more questions coming out from you so that you can get clarified with regard to how you have to be good enough in avoiding plagiarism and how you can be honest enough in terms of your academic integrity is concerned. So be ready with your questions, make a note of your questions in your piece of paper, and once the session is over, I expect that the people should ask questions with regard to this current topic is concerned and make it more practical. The questions, let it be more practical. Ask questions, then you'll get clarified. Don't have a fear to not ask any questions. This FDP is being conducted to clarify your doubts. It is not just a mere thing to come and listen to it just for the sake of certificate or whatever it is there. It is to, we normally call it as learn, unlearn and relearn. So I want every one of you to learn, unlearn and again relearn out of these sessions. That is the major objective of conducting an FDP, particularly on this particular topic of research methodology and journal publishing. So I'll go to my presentation now. academic integrity. So, academic integrity and avoiding plagiarism. This is, you can say, a most burning topic today, and more or less all the universities, all the colleges, all the researchers, I use the word researchers here again because a faculty who has completed his or her PhD, or a person who is doing a PhD, or a person who wants to enter into research, we all are called as what you can say as the very simple word researchers. So we are researchers here. So going on to the topic of academic integrity and avoiding plagiarism, what is academic integrity? What is this particular answer that you are going to get out of this session is, what is academic integrity? Why is academic integrity important to all of us? And what is academic dishonesty? Then how to avoid plagiarism and how to cite the sources when we write an article. So what is academic integrity? Like what madam has said very clearly in our introductory talk, we can say academic integrity is nothing but of the five important words: honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibility. So simply academic integrity, we can tell it as honesty. Be honest when we write something, when we refer something. Be honest in that, because when you are being honest, the entire academic community becomes honest. And very clearly given by the Center for Academic Integrity, this is a center which controls all these things: a commitment even in the face of adversity to five fundamental values. Even if you face any kind of problem, even if you face any kind of issues, even if you face any kind of urgency in completing your work, please don't leave away these five things: your honesty, your trust, your fairness in approaching the particular research, your respect towards the people who have already done the work, and above all, your responsibility. Your responsibility cannot be delegated. It is left to you. It is going to be there with you. So please don't leave away these five words. Then we call it as an academic integrity. So academic integrity for researchers. Now, what exactly we want to do when we say about academic integrity? So academic integrity means, I have given seven different types where academic integrity is there. Is we should not cheat. Cheating is the most important thing which we come across when researchers are doing their work. On when we start writing, when we start searching, we try to cheat. So we should not cheat. Then it leads to academic integrity, or it means you are honest. Academic integrity means not aiding others in cheating. It is not only that you cheat, you should not support. You should not go hand in hand with other persons, your friends, your colleagues, or other people, by not involving them also in teaching. That is what we call not aiding others in cheating. Please don't support them. Please do not allow them to cheat. See that, let them learn. When you say that you are a good friend of another person, see that your friend is learning. Don't ensure your friend to make a mistake. Then you are called as a good friend. Be a good friend. Do not allow your friend or your colleague or your known people to involve into cheating practices in academics is concerned. So academic integrity is lying with you in not allowing others to cheat the particular research. The third one is academic integrity means displaying rigor in academic research. A very important word. I can give some examples in this. Rigor here refers to your involvement, I can tell, your the zeal which you have in terms of academic research. I'm very sorry to tell this one. There are many academic researchers who get stipend from the government, from the UGC, from ICSSR, or many other sources. They get what they call JRF, senior JRF, all these things. They get a lot of things. So what they do is they immediately have an idea that, okay, I am getting a stipend monthly, say approximately around 20 to 25,000 rupees. Something is coming from the government. They immediately come to a conclusion that, okay, now I am a junior person. Till I complete my senior level, I will be receiving this stipend. What they do is, they don't use the word called as rigor, or they don't use the word called as zeal. They don't get a word called as motivation. They don't get a word called as involvement in academic research. They slog on for 5 years, 6 years, just because they're getting stipend, and they are into this particular research, doing it. By doing this one, you are spoiling another person's entry into research. By doing this one, you are I have seen people for entire 5 years, they will not do any kind of research. No research will be done. They'll be just whiling off their time. At the end of 5th year, once the supervisor or the guide comes and tells it's a high time now, complete your research, then they start going for dishonest practices, cheating practices by taking out all the information required, take out everything and complete in a span of 1 year. So there is no zeal found among the Indian academicians, particularly researchers, in terms of research. It's very pathetic. Even I can tell myself, when I did my research, I was doing it for many number of days. It was very slow because we were working as a faculty. Normally, part-time PhD scholars will take their own time because they'll be working in a place where the workload will be more. And at the end of their term, where the PhD is going to get ended, they will start rushing up. They will start taking out everything, and they will not know what exactly they are doing. So we need to have a rigor in academic research, which is not found almost as per a latest survey being done by ICSSR. It is almost 87% of the academic research scholars. It may be either PhD or a PDF. They don't have a zeal. They don't have a motivation to complete their work in a specified time, which leads to dishonest practices. That is leading to dishonest practices. Say I have a paper with me here, which is being written by the librarian, deputy librarian of UGC Shodh Ganga department, Utpal Das. He has given there very clearly that cutting and pasting or photocopying or ghostwriting, or we can say paraphrasing or disguise paraphrasing. These things are happening more in the last term of their research. So the rigor or the zeal is totally missing out. That zeal or the motivation for research is not there. Because I have seen many people who come from corporate tell that, sir, I have come from corporate, I want to enter into research and I want to do something good. But what happens to them is, they understand what is research and they do it properly. Most of the corporate guys are doing the research properly because they have been practiced in corporate, saying that they have to be proper, systematic. So they do it. But people who are there in academics continuously, that is, they do their post graduation in a university, then they join for an MPhil, the same university, then they can do their PhD, the same university, they'll be doing, at the end, they'll be doing a cheating work. This is mostly found, and that is what UGC says, 87% of these kind of people who are there totally into academics for many number of years are the people who are cheating and they don't have an academic integrity. So a kind advice here is, please do not involve yourself into this kind of cheating or rushing your work at the end of the particular thing, your thesis work. Please keep that particular point in mind. When you come into academic research, ensure that you are doing it for first, okay, your benefit, because you are getting a doctorate degree. Second, you are doing it for the guide who is going to be there throughout your life. Third, you are going to do it for your family, because once you are settled, the family is happy. And the fourth is for the society at large. Society refers, when you complete your PhD, your guide gets a vacancy, another person is getting an opportunity to do a research. Don't stop the entry of another person to do a research. Complete it within the stipulated time. That is what is very, very important. For that, you require a rigor, you require a zeal, you require a motivation. Please follow it. And if you follow that particular rigor or zeal or motivation to do a research, then academic integrity automatically comes to you. Fourth point is, Academic integrity means maintaining academic standards. Academic standards, most of the researchers, please don't mistake me that I'm just targeting only people who are doing PhD. Even I am a researcher. Please be understand very clearly. Even I am a researcher. Even Darling Selvi Madam is a researcher. Any person who is into academics is a researcher. So I'm not targeting the people doing PhD. Please don't mistake me. My focus is on the word called as researchers. Because if I want to prepare this PowerPoint to speak to you, yesterday I had to go through many things. I read many things and I have prepared this one. So I am researching. I'm a researcher to talk to you. So every one of us are researchers. So every one of us, we do not understand what is the academic standard. I'll again repeat, a person doing a PhD or a person who wants to do certain things will not know what exactly is required. Suppose if today I'm going to come and speak with you with regard to this topic, and if I'm not understanding the entire crowd who is going to be as my audience, if I don't understand that standard, if I don't understand that quality of the people to whom I'm going to tell, then probably I am dishonest to myself and I am cheating you by telling something vague topics. So academic integrity comes to me, or I take academic integrity only when I understand the standard of the people who are in a particular session. So this is for me. If a faculty comes into the class and takes a class, if the faculty does not know or not able to understand the standard of the students sitting in the class, then the faculty is not following an academic integrity. Researcher doing a research, if you're not understanding what is the standard prescribed by your country's major body or your university where you are working, or about your guide what he or she requires, then you are not having an integrity. So try to maintain or understand, the very important word is understand, what is the standard prevailing for you, what is that it is expected from each and every one of us. We need to follow it. Then we can call it as academic integrity. Fifth one, academic integrity means not being complacent when other people are cheating. As I said, don't aid other people in cheating. Don't be soft. Don't be very casual enough when other people are cheating. Don't have a soft corner to them. Call them. First point, advise them. Second point, teach them. Most of the cases I have seen here is when a researcher makes a mistake, almost 50% of the supervisors call the researcher and they scold them. I'm not telling all the supervisors, I'm telling 50% of the supervisors I have seen, particularly in the area of science, particularly in the area of engineering, I have seen that they make their researcher to run post pillar. The researcher gets annoyed. They are very much perplexed in completing their thesis work. Please do not do it. Academic integrity comes here also, because when a guide or a supervisor is teaching the particular candidate, a researcher, what is integrity, what is honesty, what is plagiarism, teach the particular people. Don't become complacent with them. Then obviously the researcher will not make any mistake. So integrity comes with people around you, with yourself also. Do not go and scold them. First guide them, teach them very clearly what is integrity. Most of my work, or with regard to yesterday's talk given by Dr. Mahalingam, most of our work in 24 hours goes with speaking, speaking, speaking. We do not know why we speak. Reason is, people come to us in our office and they come out with papers. So it is a business for us to correct the paper. We don't do it as a business. We first make them to sit. We explain them what mistake they have done. And most of the cases, we have made them to sit in our office and do the correction by themselves. They will understand. and we don't get, and at the end of the day they'll tell, sir, anything to be given as a consulting fee. We tell, no, you have done the work by yourself, please go. So we are sitting with them and we'll be doing their work. So we are trying to make them to understand what it is. At the same time, we'll be a little bit harsh with them also. Sometimes we scold them, sometimes we make them to understand in a very tough way that what mistake they have done. So we have to be like a god, a fatherly figure to the people who are trying to cheat, who are trying to make some kind of malpractices in their academic work. We have to be a part and parcel of stopping it. So academic integrity automatically comes there. The next one is academic integrity means understanding and using proper academic conventions. There are many academic conventions. Now, what is an academic convention? It's a very simple word. Academic convention is nothing but some set of rules and regulations given, like how you have to write your thesis, what is the chapter 1, what comes in chapter 2. We have a lot of things which has to come over there, and how you have to refer, how you have to cite, how you have to put your bibliography. There are a lot of academic conventions available for each and every university, for each and every guide will be having their own idea of preparing their thesis. So understand and use the particular academic convention according to the prevailing environment and situation. Now, next one is academic integrity means acknowledging everyone's contribution. This is the point which I would like to highlight here is, once you are acknowledging, thanking, in terms of putting it as a reference or citing them, then academic integrity comes. Even a single word you take from another person, thank them, acknowledge them, then you have an integrity, because you have taken it from some other person and you are getting a name. You are getting the name because of another person's work, another person's wording. Then we need to acknowledge. See, for example, whenever we write a word, say for example, I have a quote here given by one person. Morality is the basis of things and truth is the substance of all morality. I'll again repeat, morality is the basis of things and truth is the substance of all morality. If Sumandaran tells this word, no one will be happy to listen. But these words are said by, if I put the word, according to Mahatma Gandhi, the man of the millennium, within quotation, morality is the basis of thing and truth is the substance of all morality, then everyone will listen. Because we have given acknowledgement to one person called as Mahatma Gandhi and we know who he is. So acknowledge each and every author who has given some kind of output or a result should be acknowledged. It is their hard work which you are going to take the words from them, and if we don't do it, then maybe you will be facing the same issue that your work will not be acknowledged by another person. It is vice versa. It's very simple. Tit for tat. If you are not doing it for one author work being cited by you, there will be 10 people who will be doing the same work for you. They will not be citing your work, which will, when you go through those things, you will feel very bad. So please try to acknowledge each and every contribution of each and every author, wherein you can showcase your academic integrity. So academic integrity, I'm putting in a very simple word, is nothing but doing right things when nobody is watching. Very important words. When you're doing a research, nobody is going to watch what you're going to do. When you're writing your thesis or your research paper, nobody is going to watch what you're going to do. Because the world is a huge thing and there are many number of people, nobody is going to watch. But to do the right things, then you have the honesty with you. Then we can call academic integrity is there with you. So do the right things when nobody is watching. Keep this particular small word in your mind. Keep that nobody is watching you. You are alone. But do the right things. Then you will be considered as one of the good citizens in the field of academics. So now, what is academic dishonesty? To be academically honest You must not be academically dishonest. Very simple word, very easy to understand. When you want to be honest, don't do any dishonest things. Don't try to do anything in academical part or whatever work you are going to do. So there are 4 types: cheating, fabrication, facilitation, and plagiarism. 4 types are there wherein you are violating your honesty, and often I can tell, more or less, it is there in our blood to somewhere down the line, unknowingly, I'm using the word unknowingly, we do this work when we write a research paper. All of us, we somewhere down the line, we take out these 4 things, any one of the 4 things, and then we do it. It is not intentional. Unintentionally, we may do it. But even that unintentional thing also, we have to be able to stop it. We have to try to ensure that even unintentional activities of cheating or fabrication or facilitation or plagiarism should be stopped. When we do it, then we can become academically honest. So coming on to the things, what is cheating? Intentionally using or attempting to use unauthorized material, information or study aids in any academic exercise. How we can tell, like say for example, I'm just putting out a false information in my research. As per the research goes, a study given by XYZ in the year 2018, the more you smoke, the lungs gets better. That is, the more you smoke, the lungs gets better. And I'm quoting also some other person's name, and then year also is being quoted, which is not at all there. It's an unauthorized information, or there is nowhere a proof that when you smoke your lungs get better. So we are cheating the audience. We are cheating the reader who is going to read your article by quoting some person's name XYZ and putting even an year also, and within because just because you have to prove your work, there are many people who give unauthorized information. There are people who give unauthorized materials, and they even give reference also. They create their own references. They will create their own things. Why? To prove their research. That is one of the biggest cheating activity. It is totally offensive because you are doing it intentionally. It's not unintentional. So don't do it. Don't do that kind of exercise in academics by using unfamiliarized or unauthorized material or information. Cheating is the biggest part of academic dishonesty. Please do not do it. Second thing, fabrication. Intentional and unauthorized falsification or invention of any information or citation in an academic exercise. Fabricating, that is, a study would have said 20% of the people are having corona. Immediately what we do, we'll put as 32%. Something will be given as some percentage, we will fabricate the thing, we will increase it, or sometimes we will decrease it. Why we do it again? To prove your study, to prove what is there written by you want to prove it, so you fabricate it. Don't fabricate also. Instead, in the first thing, there is no study at all. In cheating, there is no study at all. There is no material at all. There is no information at all. But in fabrication, there is a study. It is there available. But what we do, we falsify the information. We falsify the invention. We make the information to come out in a different way. So don't do anything with regard to fabrication. It is a part and parcel of again cheating. Third one, facilitating. Helping. Facilitating something, but helping. Intentionally, knowingly helping other persons to violate the code of ethics. You know that your friend or your colleague or your co-researcher is going to do some kind of malpractice, or they want to copy in the exam. Everything is facilitating. You are supporting them. You know it, but you are not doing anything. Then it is called as facilitating. Again, it is an academic dishonesty. When you know it, kindly inform to the superior or the research supervisor or to the guide or to any person who is there to say that this person has done a mistake where he can be taught. It is not facilitating, is not there to just give a command. Please don't do facilitating. That is like we can see kids in pre-KG, LKG, UKG classes. I have seen, we see kids in our house that always they come and complaining about their friends. Facilitating is like the same kind of complaining, but make it little bit what you can call revised complaining, wherein don't go and complain just because you have to see that your friend is getting a scolding. Teach your friend, your co-scholar, how this can be avoided. Facilitating should be in a positive way, not in a negative way. And fourth one is plagiarism. Totally copying, reproducing the idea and words of statement of another person without acknowledgement. So plagiarism avoidance is very, very easy. You can avoid plagiarism very easily. It's not a big deal at all, because the softwares being used today are in such a way that when you have acknowledged any work of any person, any words of any author, any ideas of any author, plagiarism will not be there. It will not be there at all. So it is very easy. People think that plagiarism is something very big or plagiarism is something huge which cannot be avoided. No, it is very simple. You can avoid plagiarism very easily. Only thing you have to know is where to put the commas or where to put the inverted commas, where to make the statement, how to make the statement. That's all. Where, when, how and why we should make the statement. If you are able to know these things, then plagiarism can be avoided. But saying this one, there are, I can say, if you open your Google and just check it out today, how many workshops are going for plagiarism. In India, there will be at least, today itself, there will be at least some 5 to 10 workshops going on plagiarism everywhere. In the entire world, if you take, everywhere plagiarism workshops are going on. But in spite of that, as per a report given by Turnitin, I have the white paper here, white paper of Turnitin. Probably I'll try to put this white paper of plagiarism also in the website of mine. It's a white paper. White paper is nothing but the proof of any article being done. White paper, the plagiarism spectrum. It is given by Turnitin. Turnitin is one of the major softwares to identify plagiarism. They have given in their white paper that almost, in spite of repeatedly telling don't do plagiarism, we find in US, we find almost 60% of the papers are being plagiarized. In US, I'm telling. Think about India. India is somewhere coming around to 93%. 93% of the work are being plagiarized. In spite of UGC making many strict norms which are on paper. I again repeat, UGC has made many strict norms on paper. Then also we have more than 93% plagiarized reports, articles coming out day-to-day basis. And it is very hard to stop all these things. It's very hard. We can't do it. No one can stop this plagiarism because we are born and brought up in plagiarized world. We cannot do anything with regard to this plagiarism in India is concerned unless and otherwise we as an individual are academically honest. Every individual turn themselves to become honest in academical activity, maybe there are chances that plagiarism will come down. But no, any body or any institution like UGC cannot stop this plagiarism. They cannot. You put any rules, we know how to break the rules. Rules are there to break. That's what we Indians have learned. So we will be doing plagiarism. But if you want to be a real citizen in academic, you want to show your integrity in academics, we have to convert ourselves to become honest. These are the 4 academic dishonest activities happening in today's scenario. Now, plagiarism is what? That's what I said. We are not born as an expert on a topic. You start doing a research. We are not born as an expert on that research. Therefore, you must research and cite your sources. Be very clear. None of us we are born as an expert with any topic which you are doing a research. So you are doing research. So when you are doing a research, cite your sources. Then you are avoiding plagiarism. This is the most important thing. Please make it very clear in your mind that you have to quote, cite your references, whatever you are doing, any small work you do, please cite the sources, please mention, acknowledge the people who have done their work, then you are avoiding plagiarism. So now plagiarism, what it is? Submitting a paper you did not write yourself, yes, it's called as cheating. Copying from sources and pretending you wrote it yourself, yes, it is cheating. You are copying it, and as if you are written, you are telling it again cheating. Using a source and saying it is a different source, again cheating. All this cheating, all the 3 things are cheating, which is intentionally being done. Intentionally being done, and it is unpardonable. We cannot leave out you saying that you are just cheating is nothing but like stealing. So you are not pardonable. You cannot be left out simply. There will be some kind of what you can call punishment according to the code of ethics. There will be some kind of punishment according to the institution where you are doing your work. So cheating is there. But what is plagiarism is you use author's ideas and words without giving author credit. Now this is the main source of plagiarism. Plagiarism comes where? Here. So all the 3 things whichever we said cheating also becomes a part of this plagiarism. So plagiarism for many people it is confusing. So make it very clear. Make it very simple. You are taking something from another person, put it in quotes, mention the name of the person there, if possible the year of the person when he has said. Obviously you are not plagiarized. So start learning that one. So why does this plagiarism happen? First thing, most of us do not know what is plagiarism. That is where we are all there. We do not know or we don't understand what plagiarism is. So it is the responsibility of every guide, responsibility of every parent, responsibility of every friend to teach your people what is plagiarism. So responsibility lies with every one of us now, because I might be a friend to another person, so I become a person who I have to teach what is plagiarism. So every one of us now, somewhere down the line, either you be a parent, you be a friend, or you be a colleague, you be a research guide, or you be a researcher, co-researcher, please teach another person what is plagiarism. Teach them. So just because they don't understand, plagiarism happens. Second thing, I have been in this practice of plagiarism all time. They only know what is plagiarism. That is, I have given the 4th point. Control C, Control V. Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Everything we do copy paste. Today the Control C and Control V in some of the keyboards are also missing. The letters would have gone. I have seen in many of the big institutions which are dealing with academical works in publishing, that C and V will not be there properly. Even X also will not be there. Cut. Control C, X is cut. So this Control C, Control V is a very good option given by Microsoft Windows to copy anything and paste anything without even changing. So it has become a practice. It is a part and parcel of our blood. Even if we try to be honest also, this Control C, Control V has spoiled us like anything. And there is even a joke given by Bill Gates himself saying that I would like to take away this command of Control C and Control V from Microsoft Windows. He has said, is there in the website, you can just go and check it out. He has said, that he wants to take away these two things because Gates and Melinda Gates, his wife, they're having a trust of society which is dealing with academical activities also. So he found that there are many kind of copied articles. Then he became fed up because Microsoft Windows gave this coding Control C, Control V. So he has become too much fed up that he wanted to remove that command, but unfortunately he cannot do because the world is accustomed. Any even if you take my kids also, if they want to do something, Control C, Control V. Everywhere we do this. Or else we go to the if they're not using the keyboard, immediately we move our mouse, copy it, paste it, copy, paste, copy, paste. So we have become a practice. So we have always plagiarized. Third point, they have run out of time. That's what I said earlier. Doing the work at the last moment. Last minute, we start doing certain works. We don't have time to complete. No other way. I have to plagiarize. I have to copy, paste. Next one is others are doing it. This is a very important thing. Justification. Defending. As I said in the first class, we try to justify and defend our research. Here we justify and defend. How we defend? How we justify? She is doing it. He is doing it. Why not I do it? Everyone is doing it. I am also doing it. So others are doing it. I am also doing it. So plagiarism happens. The last one is the most important word, laziness, which is there in our Asian continent. Most of the Asian people leaving away the Chinese and Japanese people because they are too brilliant and too active. Most of the subcontinental Asian people, we are having this word called as lazy. Lazy to the core, taking every word to the end. And a good example I can tell myself. I know pretty well today I had the class and I had to prepare the PPT and be ready, learn everything and tell everything properly. But I started preparing my PPT only late at 10 o'clock. In spite of knowing this, I was watching TV, I was doing everything and I started preparing and completed by late night. And late night after that I realized, okay, my PPT has to be put in the website and I have not put the PPTs of other two people also. Again sitting in, I could have done that work. I could have allocated my time management, laziness. These things makes us to do plagiarism. So please avoid all these things so that you will not be plagiarizing any kind of work. So academic dishonesty or plagiarism is even a good student, a honest student also unintentionally fails into this plagiarism by not citing the author properly or not putting the quotation mark properly. So we can use the word called as ignorance. But ignorance is not a defense. Don't tell that I do not know it. Without knowingly I have done it. If you tell this one, even if you tell this I'm ignorant, then also it is called as plagiarism. Please keep it in mind. Intentionally or unintentionally, both the things leads to plagiarism. It's not that only unintentionally you do, intentionally you do, it becomes plagiarism. Unintentionally, without having any ignorance, without having any kind of knowledge, if you do a mistake also, you cannot defend yourself. You cannot be a good man. You cannot be a honest academician. So please be very clear. Intentional and intentional academical dishonest practices will lead to plagiarism. So the standard definition which can be made for plagiarism is taking words or ideas from someone else and then using these words or ideas without acknowledgement is called as plagiarism. Very simple. Make it very simple. Don't confuse yourself with the words or something. You are taking a second person's word. You are taking the second person's idea and you are using these words and ideas in your research. But you are not thanking them. You are not making a quote for them. You are not citing them. Then we call it as plagiarism. So as I said, there are two types of plagiarism. Intentional and unintentional plagiarism is there. So intentional plagiarism is very clear. Deliberately knowingly copying and using it without giving credit to them. You know it that you are taking it from someone. 100% we will come under this category. We all come under this category of intentionally, because when we go for copy paste, control C, control V, we know very well that we are copying it and doing it. So when you copy and do it, not a mistake, but give a credit. Unintentional plagiarism. We don't know what is the citation standard. This is where we are all mostly falling into the category. We deliberately copy, that is there, intentional plagiarism is there. Along with it, we have unintentional also. Once we copy and paste, we do not know how to cite it. That is very important, because in the intentional plagiarism, we said very clearly, without credit. So how to credit it? We do not know it. So we are not knowing what is the citation standard. Or there are electronic sources, copying and pasting is there, we do it, but we again do not know how to cite it. So unintentional plagiarism is also coming under the disciplinary action. Both intentional and unintentional plagiarism, both together is plagiarism, and you are going to have a disciplinary action on you. You have to undergo some kind of punishment for doing these two things, intentionally or unintentionally. So the doubt arises here, sir, I have done it unintentionally, I do not know how to do it, sir. It is your mistake of not learning. It is your mistake of not learning it from your supervisor or guide. Third one, your guide or a supervisor has not taught you. It is very important. I can put a word here in this. What you can call the rules given by University Grants Commission of India. That is, there are 4 types of addressing plagiarism in India. What you call, if the similarity is up to 10%, that is, if the people are having 10% similarities or plagiarism of up to 10%, then there is no penalty. Okay, good, because you have only copied 10%. I am telling this one from the UGC website, which sees about higher education. 10%, there is no penalty. Second one, 10% to 40% if it is plagiarized, then the researcher has to submit a revised manuscript again, and the faculty members have to withdraw their plagiarized paper. Faculty member means the guide here who has submitted along with the researcher has to withdraw the paper immediately. 40 to 60% plagiarism, the student will be suspended for a year. Student will be suspended for 1 year for doing this plagiarism, which is in the level of 40 to 60%. And at the same time, the faculty member have to forfeit an annual pay rise. That increment which will come yearly will not be given to the faculty member, and they cannot, or their supervising capacity will be brought down by -2. Be very clear, even a guide also gets the disciplinary action now here, because they have gone beyond 40 to 60%. The guide or the supervisor or the faculty member also will have to forfeit their salary for an year. At the same time, their what you can call supervising capacity will be reduced by 2 people, just because of the mistake done by their research scholar. The research scholar, if you do a mistake, it is because of your unintentional thing. You are not knowing it. I am keeping in that second category, that you are not knowing it and you are doing it, and because of that, everyone gets into trouble, yourself as well as your guide, and your guide is being punished because the guide has not, or the supervisor has not taught you what is unintentional plagiarism. That is why, or the guide or supervisor has not taught you what is the citation standard. Third one is, If the student, last one, the fourth category, the student is plagiarizing more than 60%, that's all. The student will be thrown out of the program. You will be asked to leave the course immediately, and the faculty will be losing their pay for 2 years and the ban of supervising the student. Faculty cannot, in other times, she cannot go for a 3 year there for supervising their research scholars. So UGC has given very strict, what you can call protocols for even unintentional plagiarism also, or intentional plagiarism also. Intentional plagiarism, yes, you have to abide by the rules. You have done it wantedly, so get into the trouble. But unintentional plagiarism, without knowing what it is mistake of you and your guide. But UGC has made a mistake here. They have forgotten the university. First and foremost, none of the universities in, I can say Tamil Nadu, none of the university in Tamil Nadu, are they conducting any course on what is called as plagiarism to the research scholars? Is the university taking any kind of measurement for avoiding plagiarism? Is the university in Tamil Nadu, any university you name it here, are not bothered about this plagiarism and teaching the student or teaching the guide? For namesake, they conduct development program. It may be faculty development program or a workshop just to issue certificates. Are they really serious? UGC has to tell very clearly, in case if there is any plagiarized report, university programs will be cancelled. Can UGC make this one? UGC targets on individuals. UGC does not have the guts. They don't have the guts to target the universities, because everywhere money is going on, so they don't bother about that. The universities also should be included in terms of telling that if there is any plagiarized report, the university's NIRF ranking or their MHRD ranking should be stopped. Make it, then the university will feel the pressure. The university will start making plagiarism, how to not write an unplagiarized report. They will start teaching the researchers. No university is doing it. None of the university is taking it very seriously, because UGC itself is not serious. I'll come about this thing in the last question and answer round. I'll tell how UGC is not at all bothered about plagiarism. They are, we can say UGC is 0% bothered about plagiarism. 0%. Only on paper, only on record, the MHRD minister or the UGC head will sign the records. But on practical thing, plagiarism, UGC is supporting plagiarism. 100% supporting. I have proofs with me, plenty of proofs. Proven proof is there with me. We have the proof, we see it daily. Day to day we are seeing it. And I have tried by myself also. I have tried by myself. And nowhere, no one knows. So UGC is not bothered about all these things. But we will be a good citizen. We will be a good, academically honest citizen. We will try to inculcate the practice. So now, what forms does the plagiarism take? How and all we do the plagiarism? What are the ways of doing plagiarism? So, I have taken this particular source from the white paper called as the plagiarism spectrum. I think so. I am being able to show you on the screen. It is from the Turnitin. Turnitin has given, I have given the source here. The Turnitin source is there. It has given some 10 important points. How we do this plagiarism. First one is cloning. We take a person's article and submitting the same article, word to word. We don't change anything. We are so busy, we do it. And it is called as cloning. First and foremost thing. Second one, Control C. And Control V also. That is, we copy part and parcel of every person's words or many persons' word, and then we paraphrase it, and then we give it for publishing. Third one, finding and replacing. We search in an article what are the words that we require, and then we replace that words with our words. The essential content or the source of the paper will be there, but we change everything according to our thing. If it is a study made in the retail industry, we call it a study made in IT industry. Retail will be taken out. We will find where and all retail is there. Remove retail, replace with IT industry. Over. Work itself is over. Simple. Fourth one, remix. Totally mixing one work with another work. You will take one paragraph from one work A, another paragraph from B, another paragraph from C, and mix it. And all the three will be with regard to the same industry or the same topic. But what we do is we mix all the three together. That is remixing. Next one is recycling. This we do it more. My own paper, my own article, my own previous work, I will be putting and going everywhere. One paper I will publish, second paper I will publish, third paper I will publish. Now keeping these three papers, I will take one paragraph from the first paper, second paragraph from the second paper, third paragraph from third paper, and I will put another fourth paper. This we do it. Recycling. Recycling of our own paper. We are not taking of another person. Our own papers we are recycling it. Next one is hybrid. Perfectly, 100% perfectly, we will take the papers cited by other people properly, and then we will go to create a paper, and we will not give citation there to the paper from where we have copied. There will be a paper. Suppose if I have written a paper, I would have written many literature review of many people. This is a common mistake made by us. My paper is there. Sumandran has written a paper. Now, you will take that paper. In that paper or in my paper, I would have given some 10 literature review with proper references. Now, what another person will do is, they will copy those references and put it in their paper with all the references cited properly, but they will forget my name. It is my work. You have left my name because I have first given it. My publication has come first. Why are you leaving my name? Add my name also there. They will leave it. So now what happens? Again it is plagiarized. Next one is mash up. Like we mash up the potatoes. You bring everything, whatever is available in the market today, put everything. Each and every sentence, line, paragraph, everything will be from different sources. Mashing up everything together, and we don't know how to cite it. That is again plagiarism. Then we have 404 error. That is a very funny thing in plagiarism. 404 error. There will not be any reference itself like that way. There will not be knowing any person or the year will be available in the entire website, or the you can say the entire internet will not be able to search for that particular reference. That is, you create your own reference, you create your own author, you create your own methods, and you mention it over there. It is called as 404 error. It's a very funny thing to see. There will not be any kind of person available. Ninth one is aggregator. Citation will be there, year will be there, the paper will be there, but no original work will be there. You aggregate the things. That is, if a person is telling 20%, you will be putting as 22%. You increase the percentage. You increase the values. You increase certain things. That is called as aggregating. Source will be there. Citation will be there. Source and citation will be there, but no original work will be mentioned there. That is aggregating. Next one is retweeting. Normally we find it in like in WhatsApp, forward messages. One person forwards to you, you forward to 10 people, 10 people to 100 people. Likewise, one message with proper citation will come to you. You will rely on that particular person and start doing it. We we don't get the proper references clearly with us, without knowingly or unknowingly, we start putting into our papers everywhere. Now, these are the 10 types of plagiarism which we normally see in today's research articles, particularly journal articles, or we see it in thesis which is there coming out today. We need to avoid all this particular, what you can say, the plagiarism forms. So how to defend it, how to avoid the plagiarism? Very simple. Again, there is a paper given by John Rendow from Rock University.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's 11:05.
Yes, ma'am. Can we have a break for 10 minutes, ma'am? I'll come out with this.
Then we can continue.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. No problem, ma'am.
So let's break for 10 minutes. We'll be back on 11:50.
Sure, ma'am. I'll be there.
level. Hello, sir, excuse me.
ஹலோ மேம்.
சார் வந்து ஆக்சுவலாக யூடியூப் சேட் பாக்ஸில் வந்து லிங்க் ஒர்க் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது. அதை உங்களுக்கு நான் வாட்ஸ்அப்பில் அனுப்பியிருக்கேன். அந்த லிங்கை வந்து நீங்கள் அப்லோட் பண்ணி விட முடியுமா?
யூடியூப்ல பக்கம் இருக்கு
ஃபீட்பேக் இல்லை ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் வந்து ஆமாம் ஆமாம் அந்த நாங்கள் அப்லோட் பண்ணால் அப்லோட் ஆகலை. அது மட்டும் ஒன்று
பண்றேன்.
ஓகே ஓகே. இல்லையே வரலையே, லிங்க் வரலையே.
லிங்க் போட்டுருக்கேன் கீழே நீங்கள் கால் பண்ணி பாருங்க, போட்டிருக்கேன் நான்.
டிஸ்பிளே ஆக மாட்டேங்குது சார்.
எனக்கு யூடியூப்ல டிஸ்பிளே ஆகிட்டு இருக்கு.
உங்களுக்கு தெரியுது, எனக்கு தெரியாது. அது மாதிரி நான் போடுறது எனக்கு.
மேடம் நீங்க ஜிமெயில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் உங்க ஜிமெயில் ஓபன் பண்ணிக்கோங்க மேடம். நீங்க உங்க ஜிமெயில் ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க ஜிமெயிலுக்குள்ள போனீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் மேடம்.
சரி சரி, ஓப்பன்ல தான் இருக்குது. அது பார்த்து செக் பண்ணு.
நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம் மேடம்.
Okay, sir, we can start.
Okay, participants, again, welcome back to the session, and we will go about it. There are already a lot of questions which has come out, which I am making note of it. I'll answer all your questions, which you are putting it there, both in the Zoom app as well as in YouTube. It becomes difficult for me or to Selvi ma'am to make note of the questions as the session is going on. So we request all the participants to hold on with your questions and post those questions when the question answer session comes, because as and when the session goes on, your question goes above, we will not be able to identify or detect your questions. So please don't post your questions now in YouTube as well as in Zoom, so that become Zoom chat box. Put your questions, we will answer you when the question answer session is going on. Thank you. Now, coming on to avoiding plagiarism. Keep the 6 things as your principles. We call it as 6 D's of avoiding plagiarism. Again, I have taken this source. It is not my source again. It has been taken out from what you call a person, Professor John Rad of Brook University has given it. Just given here, I am just showing it to you. It is the 6 D's of the entire PPT slides. In case if you require the PDF for things, I will try to post it also on my website. What has been given by that particular individual, we can call it as avoiding the plagiarism. So number 1, defining. Number 2, deterring. Number 3, dialogue. 4th one, defending. 5th, detecting. And above all, the last one is discipline. Coming on to the first one, called as the defining part. Defining is very simple. The meaning is that already plagiarism means nothing but we are stealing someone's thought. So when you steal that thought, try to give the acknowledgement. To steal it, that's not a mistake. But try to give or define from where you have stolen it. Thereby you can avoid plagiarism. Because today research as I said yesterday, I was telling that is, was, that, there, where, all the words of English have become plagiarized. Even the software is totally confused now. Which word to put as plagiarism, which word not to do as plagiarism. So most of the work, what happens is, it shows plagiarism. We find it very difficult to totally rephrase or convert the entire work without plagiarism. It's becoming totally difficult for us. Every one of us are feeling this particular pressure in terms of avoiding this plagiarism. So the best thing to avoid is define it, because we have taken it from somewhere. We call it as taken it. In words of theoretical point of view, plagiarism means taking it out refers to normally refers to what you can call it as uh, stealing it. So once we steal that particular, I use the same word given by plagiarism people. Once we steal the particular words of another person, try to define it by acknowledging it properly in terms of citing it, and then you go about with that, you will not have any problem. Now, deter. Come to the next point, deter. Deter here refers to how your course structure is given to you. Adopt that course structure properly. Follow the standards given or maintained by your university. Follow the structure given by your guide. Follow the structure given by your peer people. Follow it. Just blindly follow whatever it is given there with regard to your academical conventions is given. Plan your research properly and then go about with that. Keep a role model for you, how they have done it. In my first session, I was telling, in my first day of the FDP, I was just telling that when we do a research, have a foundation and build your foundation on that for your research. Similarly, when we start doing your work, have a role model for your research, how they have done the work, and start building your research on that. But keep in mind, once you complete the research, acknowledge your role model also. We forget that. We totally take the idea and concept of one person, whatever he has given references, we will cite, but we will forget to refer the name of the person who has given you the inputs. So try to avoid these things. The third one is dialogue. Very simple word. Dialogue is nothing but a discussion. A discussion, a healthy discussion between the supervisor and the researcher. A discussion means what? The guide has to, or the research supervisor has to teach the student in terms of academic honesty. The supervisor has to personally, as a friend, tell them what is the academic honesty prevailing in the campus, prevailing in the university, prevailing in the country, prevailing in the academical fraternity. Teach them. Inform them each and everywhere whatever is happening in terms of plagiarism. Give them ideas. Make the students to sit together, or researchers can form a, that's why we have can form a small group and then discuss about their work within among themselves and then do it. See, the basic purpose of my forum, that's why I have kept the name as Coimbatore Research Forum. I have not kept as an organization. The reason for keeping the word as forum here is we invite lot of researchers, particularly who are in the stage of doing research, to discuss with us. There will be almost 10 to 15 researchers always discussing with us, and I will not be the only one person giving them ideas. I will not be the only person giving them the guidance. Along with me, there will be 4 or 5 people sitting together, and we will listen to, it's like a brainstorming session. We will listen to each and every one of the student, and we'll try to give them what you call the inputs. We regularly conduct lot of defense classes. We do a lot of what you can call, recently we had a mock session for the PhD people, wherein they all came to Coimbatore, and we had a session where the people came and they presented their thesis even before they went for their viva, even before they were having their doctoral colloquium. We had a meeting. So they came and presented, and we were 4 or 5 of us sitting together, and we were giving them the inputs. The dialogue was there, a very healthy dialogue for one day we had, wherein every researcher was able to understand what mistake they have made. We did not criticize them, we taught them. Individually we taught them, and we had a very less number of people, around 20, wherein we were able to dedicate our time to them. And they rectified all their mistakes and they have completed their work. So we do it regularly. Similarly, a research supervisor, normally most of the research supervisors are doing it. I'm not trying to blame any research supervisor here. Most of the research supervisors are doing it. But there are some research supervisors who forget this particular word called as dialogue. Once the registration of the PhD is done, the guide will forget the student will forget the guide. After 1 year, when the student wants to pay the fees, that time the guide will say, oh, you are my student, I forgot you. So please avoid these kind of things. The researcher, as a student, you have to go to your guru, sit with your guru, show your face daily, have healthy discussions. The more the number of healthy discussions, or sometimes there will be arguments, sometimes there will be what you can say misunderstanding between the guide and the student, but it is good. It's very, very good that you need to have a lot of healthy arguments. It's very good to have a lot of what you can say a fight between the supervisor and the student, because in a family, normally a husband wife will always have some kind of issues. In a family, a father will have a problem with their daughter or a son, but it is good to have a family, because we will understand what the son wants, the daughter wants, or what my wife wants, or wife understand what the husband requires. So when you do a research, it's like a family. Try to understand what your guide wants. The guide wants to understand what the researcher wants. So have a healthy argument and a fight only in terms of academics, not above that. Don't go personally. I'm telling in terms of academical part is concerned, in terms of developing your research model or whatever it is there, try to have an argument. Go and defend yourself very strongly that this is what I have prepared. Is it right or wrong? Guide will tell whether it is right or wrong. If it is right, accept it. If it is wrong, again you argue, because you have taken a lot of resources. You have taken many things. So defend it, and maybe your guide will come to a conclusion that what you have done is right. So the healthy dialogue will lead you to stop plagiarism, will make you honest. The fourth one is defending. Defending is what I'm saying is that how you are going to defend yourself in terms of writing your work. That is collaborate with people, have a group work, so that you will understand many ideas from the people, and clarify all the doubts that you are having with your fellow researchers, your fellow people available there, with your supervisor, and go to a common man and just work out everything. You will understand what it is, and you can avoid the plagiarism. The fifth one is detecting. Detecting what plagiarism has happened, use proper softwares. There are many softwares available online. There are many softwares available offline also. Use proper softwares, and there are many questions which has come out in the Zoom chat. Which software is good? Everything. I will explain to you. The best software today available, or what UGC recommends, is Turnitin software. And most of the universities are using Turnitin. Some universities are using another software called as Urkunt, URKUNT. Urkunt software is there. These are the only two softwares which are really good tools for detecting what is your plagiarism level. There are online softwares like Plagiarism Checker, that one, this one, everything is there. Please, these are all not the right softwares to be used. I'll give an example. Suppose you do a detection test for your plagiarism using Plagiarism Checker. I'm giving an example. If your plagiarism is coming as 10%, plagiarism checker, then probably software will normally come once you are able to identify with the help of this plagiarism checkers. I was telling an example, 10% if it is coming in plagiarism checker, and you'll be very happy. Okay, I've got 10%. Now the same paper, when it goes to Turnitin, it is almost 4 times. You have seen it. Almost 4 times. It gets 40%. 40% of your report will come as plagiarized. So please be very clear that you are not using unauthorized softwares which will give you some kind of report in terms of saying that it is being proper. Use proper softwares that will be giving you the clarity in terms of plagiarism. And the best softwares are only two things which I rely upon. It is my perception is Turnitin and Urkund. These two things are the best softwares. We are doing it. The cost of the software is somewhere coming around 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs for Turnitin. Urkund also is somewhere around 12 to 13 lakhs. But we have tied up with some of the private people who are having this software from Bangalore and Hyderabad. So we receive a lot of articles asking for getting the plagiarism report. We do it and give it. The plagiarism report will come. So detect your plagiarism before going for submitting your research article in a journal, or before submitting it or a thesis to your university. Do a plagiarism test. Detect what is happening. Interpret. If the plagiarism level is more, then try to reduce it by going through, because the report will tell very clearly where and all you have plagiarized, what mistakes you have done, everything will come out. It will be very clear to you what mistakes have you done. You can remove those mistakes, make your work proper, and then you can submit the thing. Because normally without doing the plagiarism test, if you submit it, there are 100% chances that your paper will get rejected in good journals. So avoid rejection of your papers. Make sure that you detect the particular plagiarism and then you go for submitting it. Having said all these 5 things, the last one we called as discipline. Have a proper discipline in writing your research. First thing, do not copy. Second thing, do not paraphrase. Third thing, do not forget to acknowledge people with whose work you have taken it out. Have a proper discipline, have an honesty in terms of acknowledging. That will give you a bigger source in avoiding the entire remaining 5 things. Once you write it properly in your own words and acknowledge, no need to think about the remaining 5 things. You are defining, deterring, dialogue, defending, editing is not at all required once you write it by your own words. We do it by what I do is, suppose if I want to write an article, sit and read many things for maybe 1 day or 2 day, like what yesterday Mahalingam was telling. You sit and read, then keep the books away, enjoy yourself watching I normally watch TV, listen to music, play music, everything, at least for another 2 days. Then again I will sit, read. So almost a week will go. Then I will, like a cow, what it will do, it will eat everything and then it will start chewing its mouth. Likewise, I will start thinking what and all I have read. Then I will start putting into my own words and start writing it. There comes another thing, quoting of the references. Now I refer the paper, which reference, where it has to come, we will quote it. So once we follow that particular discipline in writing, obviously your entire plagiarism will be avoided. You need not worry about it. Your plagiarism will not come. It is 100% sure, proven technique that you will not have a plagiarism when you are disciplined in your work of writing your research. Please follow it up. Now,
Sir, your audio is disconnected. Excuse me, sir. Your audio is disconnected.
able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it's okay.
Okay. Please, you can avoid plagiarism by what you can say by quoting and citing. I'll repeat this particular slide. Give more importance for citing or quoting your work. Do not forget that you are not quoting it. You have to quote each and every word from where you are taken from another person. If you forget it, then you are plagiarizing the particular paper, which is going to be your hard work. You are doing a hard work of writing a paper, but don't make it as plagiarized. Make everything in clear words and thoughts and see that you are following the academic conventions. So, how can we cite, or what we have to do is, where and all we have to cite? When you are borrowing author's exact same words, cite your author. When you are using quotation marks around the borrowed words or copied words or stolen words, then also cite your author. Because normally we are going to only steal the words of the author. That is known to us. We are only stealing it. We are only borrowing it. Okay, in a very what you can say, a proper English, if we say, or in a very clear English, we say we are borrowing the words of another person. But in plagiarism, we call it as stealing. Okay, you borrow or steal, whatever you do, cite that author properly. And when you are citing the author's information has to be reported properly. Which year, in which book, in which page. Mention it very clearly, very neatly, so that you can avoid plagiarism easily. Now, what other citing means, how to do the citing, this is again another big headache. Very big headache for all the researchers. I have just given some examples. According to Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the economy, something he has said. He goes on to say, I put in bold letters. Just see the bold letters alone. Then I am given an example. Lee 2018 argues that inflation will. I have given Lee 2018 is in the bold letters. I have given another one more sentence. The army's action were incomprehensible and reprehensible. In brackets, Adams and Morton, page number 232. So now, these all bold words are called as citation. Be very clear, citation is of different forms. There is no one particular citation which you have to follow. Please refer your your university, how they ask you to put that particular references or put the citation. Some universities tell that they want the name of the author and the year to come in front when they write the literature review. Some universities say that it has to come at the end, like what has been given in Adams and Morton. Some universities tell that it should go as a statement, like what is given in the first one, according to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So it depends upon university to university, and above all, it depends upon the guide's taste. Every guide will have a taste. It differs. It is like your 5 fingers which are not similar. Every guide will have their own style of writing. Every guide will have their own style of putting the thesis in a format. I have seen, because there are clients who come to us, I'll be working on one particular client and I'll do every work for them. Another client comes, the total work will be in a total different way. If I ask them why, sir, I am coming from this particular university. Okay, that university, same guide, another university, another guide, or in the same university, 2 different guides will have 2 different types of styles. It is very good. It's good because the guide knows how to submit your thesis to the foreign people to evaluate your thesis. They know very well, they are the people, they are the right people to suggest you how to write to convince their examiners. Because at the end of the day, your work will be over with just submitting the thesis. Then the work of the guide starts. How it starts? They have to submit the thesis for the valuation. They will be submitting it to the examiners. Normally there will be foreign examiners and Indian examiners. Your guide knows pretty well how they are going to evaluate. So be very clear. Even if I give some examples here, before following these examples, sit with your guide and understand what is your guide's interest and taste. Accordingly, you have to prepare. That's what I said, dialogue. The dialogue between the guide and the student should happen so that your plagiarism will not come. So please keep it in mind. Citing, this is theoretically what I have given, but practically, please sit with your guide, Please sit with your university officials who are going to send in the papers for your things. Sit with your journal. Look at the journal people, how they have given the examples. Go through it, then you formulate your citation. Now, I'm going to give some examples, normal examples, which will be very easy for you to understand. Okay, there are three ways of how citation normally happens. So, first one, in the green color given to you, citation plus quotation mark. So, the passage is, that is what the reader will see. Suppose you are writing something, the reader is going to see a citation and you are given in a quotation mark. So, it is very easily understood that that particular words or a passage is someone else's information given in the exact word of the person. Suppose if I am going to quote or say according to Mahatma Gandhi, within quotation I am giving some word. Immediately you will understand very clearly that it is not said by Sumandiran, it is said by Mahatma Gandhi, very clearly known to the people. So your problem is solved there. Next one, blue color. Citation plus no quotation mark. Very problematic area, that blue one. The passage is someone else's information expressed in your own words. So I will write according to Mahatma Gandhi and I will not put any quotation there, and I will be writing his own words in my own style by paraphrasing it or summarizing it. A big abstract can be summarized in one sentence. I will summarize it, but I will cite the name of the person. I will not forget to cite. I will cite it. I will say according to XYZ in the year I'll put, but I will form the words in my own words without putting the quotation. Third one, no citation, no quotation. Very simple. It is your words. You are writing continuously and going it in your own words. You are writing it. It is your idea. It is your interpretation. So there is no citation, no quotation marks. So these are the three ways by which normally we start writing it. Now coming on to that particular second thing, no citation, no quotation mark. Very important thing. The passage is your own idea, interpretation expressed in your own words. Now I am giving an example. So I'll go with an example so you can understand very easily. The link between mobile phone. Yes?
Can you go back to the slide?
Yes. Yes.
Can you explain me the blue one again?
Okay. Citation plus no quotation mark. Say for example, the question is asked by Mr. Gokul. Okay. Mr. Gokul, what I'll do is, suppose Gokul has said very clearly, according to Gokul, I'll write according to Mr. Gokul. I will not put any quotation here. The first green one has a quotation mark. I said according to Mr. Gokul, comma, quotation. What you have said, I will be taking the same words from your work. That is green. But in second one, I'll say according to Gokul, I'll put the year 2020, but I will not say your words. I will write your words in my own words. I will paraphrase the words. So I have given citation. I have mentioned your name, but I have not put quotation. Okay, whether it is right or wrong, we will discuss afterwards. So I am coming on to the slide. No citation, no quotation mark. It means that I have given an example. The link between mobile phone usage and grade point average needs further investigation. This is writing given by me. I am writing it. You are writing it. The researcher is writing the link between mobile phone usage and grade point average needs further investigation. I have given the word. So there is no citation. Who said? Nothing is given there. There any quotation is there? Nothing is there. It means that I have prepared, or we as a researcher, we have prepared these words. So it is very simple. Reader knows very clearly that it is not taken from anything. Now I am coming to the same example. I am putting it here. Survey results found out that mobile phone use is, within quotes, negatively predictive of overall grade point average, and I am putting the name of the author also. So what I am doing here, the previous slide I had the word without citation and quotation mark in a different way, an interpretation of what is given here. The same interpretation here, whatever interpretation is given here, I am using it in this previous slide in my own words. Now here we are citing the person, that is Thomas 2019 is being cited very clearly, and we are giving the quotation also here. So this is the example for it. So we have to, in case if we are going to use the same words, we have to follow it. Again, there is no problem in this. It is exactly clear. No doubt, no plagiarism will come. Now I am coming to the next one, the problematic area, that is the blue one. Survey results found that increased mobile phone use corresponds to lower grade point average given by Thomas. So I have given the citation, but there is no quotation mark. What is? I have changed the words of what Thomas has given here, but I am citing it. These are not the words given by Thomas. These are words given by the researcher. Now comes the point here. To make much simpler, paraphrase your author's word, but you do not cite the author. Plagiarism. If it is a plagiarism, you are not citing it, it becomes your idea. But in reality, it is the author's idea. So you have misunderstood the convention. So it is plagiarism. I'll just show you an example. I am giving an example to you. I have given a word or expert, except given by Thomas. Survey results from 1,500 college students about their mobile use found that increased use was negatively predictive of overall grade point average. Now here, this is the sentence given by Thomas, and the researcher, we are writing it in this way. Thomas' research on mobile phone use found that increased use was negatively predictive of overall grade point average. So is this plagiarism or not? That's the important question now. The answer is yes, it is a plagiarism, because survey, this is the exact words given here, and you are copying this and putting it here. See this red letters. Found that increased use was negatively predictive. You are copying the same words of what Thomas has said, but you are not putting it in quotes. You are not paraphrasing it. If you would have paraphrased, then there is no plagiarism. Please, you have put Thomas here. You have put Thomas here, and then you are writing the same words. It is available here. Found that the point of average. You are using the same words here. So what happens? You are copying the words of Thomas, but you have forgot to put the quotes. So the red text should be in quotation marks because they are author's exact words. I'll show another example to you. The same example is here. I have changed the words here. Thomas' research on mobile phone use found that increased use corresponds to lower grade points. Now, is this plagiarism? It is not plagiarism, because we have changed the particular sentence according to our thing. We have not used the same words, so it does not become plagiarism. So the important thing which you have to understand here is we need to cite each and every person's work in quotation, or if you are not using the quotation, use your own words. Don't use the same words. If you use the same words, it is plagiarized. You write the name here, Thomas' name is here, and change the words here, it is not plagiarism. You take Thomas' word, and then if you copy that, it becomes plagiarism. So please understand this one. So now, how to cite? There are many methods, but normally this method is very, very simple. MLA method we call it as. There are methods like APA, or many other methods are available today for you. According to each and every journal, according to the guide, according to the university, you have to follow the particular thing. But MLA style is very simple, and I have given the website from where you can use this particular website and learn how to cite. It's very simple to learn how to cite it. So I have given some examples. If it is in-text quotations, how you want to do? Say you can put it, sir, within the particular line, you can put a quotation, and then you can put the name of the person and the year. If it is a direct quote, put the name of the person here, notes that, and put the year here. When you are going to paraphrase or summarize, changing everything, change the words. Don't put in quotes. Here we have given in quotes. Here we have not given in quotes, but we have the same sentence is being paraphrased and then given, and I am putting the name of the person. So it is not plagiarism. All the three are not plagiarism. I'll again repeat. In indirect quote, we are putting what the author has said in the quotations. So it is not plagiarism. We are given the quotation and we are given the citation. In direct quote, we are giving the citation and then we are giving the quotation with the year. Again, there is no plagiarism. In third one, we are paraphrasing the entire meaning of what has been said by Zimbrado. We are totally paraphrasing it, but we are citing it, paraphrasing in our own way. We are doing it in our own way, so there is no quotation. So we are giving the name of the person here. We have given citation, no quotation, but it is paraphrased. Now it is correct. There will be no plagiarism. So if you want to have from a book, follow this particular style, last name, page number. If there is no author, title, page number. If you are going to take it from an online source, use this particular format. If you feel it is unclear and you not know how to cite the database, just put the last name and which from where you have taken it. Just give the examples. These are small examples which you can follow, whereby you can eradicate what you call the plagiarism of your paper or thesis. So book format, I have given the book format to you. Essay or chapters given to you. Article, how to cite, everything is given to you. You can follow this. I have given this PPT in my website. You can download and go through it, and then you can start doing your work by this way. If it is it's on a website which you want to do it, please put the website name, everything properly. If it's a page on a website, how to quote it, I have given you the method of quoting it. Follow the same methods. Plagiarism will not be there. And you can go for this particular site, OWL English. If you go to it, you can understand a lot about how you can cite your work. Many things are there given there. You can just go through it. You can the list should be in alphabetical order or should be in the year wise. However you want, you can do the particular work there and you can finish off your citing work properly. So important reminders. Always double check your citation. Please be very clear. Double check your citation for accuracy, proper formatting, author and page number. Make sure every work which you have done is cited properly. Anyone who reads your work should be able to locate the original source. That is, if I go and click that particular thing or copy and paste it in Google, I should get the original source to read. If that is not there, it is 404 error. That 404 error is nothing but you are given one reference which is not available in the website. Then it is called as 404 error. Don't make that 404 error. See that should be working properly. So these are important reminders. Now, very important word, because there will be some question I know very well. Wikipedia and .com sites are unreliable sources. Do not depend purely on Wikipedia. Don't put your reference stating Wikipedia. Don't put any references having .com. These are all only for commercial purposes. Please don't use it. It will show plagiarism easily. Try to stick on with these sentences. .edu, org or government sites which come from reliable educational institutions, organizations or the government. Please stick on to these things. Or there are many other good sources also available. Kindly follow these things. Harvard University Press, Cambridge Press, there are many major publishing houses, well-known organizations, websites are there, well-known newspapers are there, particularly Economic Times, Times Now. These are good papers which give a lot of inputs for you. Source, take the source from there. Or there are well-known media sources like NDTV, BBC. Good magazines are there. Online journals are there, available in lot. Plenty of online journals are there from where you can use your sources. Online libraries are available of repute from UK and US, Canada, Australia. Go to it, have a login ID and password, go through those sources so that you can get all the answers whatever you require and the citations. So, and for the citation, today we are in such a way that we have a lot of softwares also, like RefWorks, Zotero, Mendeley. All these things are available in the university libraries. Those who are doing PhD from an university, what you can call research from regular from university, they get they can get that software easily in their laptop or a system. It's very easy. Zotero can be downloaded from the. It's a free download is available for you as a trial version or something. It is there available. So you can download those things in your system And once you start writing a citation there, it will arrange and give it to you. It will make all the help for you. You need not worry about that. That software will help a researcher how to prepare the what you call the citation. Either it can be in a APA style, MLA style, or AMA style. You can create all these references using these softwares. And keep very clear, try to attend many number of workshops which are being conducted by the library people. Normally, I have seen most of the workshops done by this librarian people in terms of references, no one research scholars from social science will go and attend. I have seen that. I have seen many cases. Because, oh, it is library science, why should we go? But see that library people know more than what you know or I know. They know it because they are the people in the university who are working with that plagiarism softwares. They are the people who are working with the references because they are into the booking and information science. So please attend more number of workshops that are being conducted by the library people. I think so by 21st of this month, Darling Silvi Madam is conducting another one more workshop with Dr. Jayaprakash, the librarian, assistant librarian from Bharat University. It is also free. You can enroll with the ma'am and then you can attend this workshop. It is from I think so 11 to 12:30 on 21st, if I'm not wrong. So you can attend that particular workshop and you can learn a lot. Hello?
11 to 12:30.
Yeah, 11 to 12:30 it is being conducted. The librarian is going to give you some inputs. Please kindly attend it. You will learn how you can use lot of technologies that are available today. How to use those technology for this kind of works. For your research work, you can use it. Try to attend all these workshops. And there are lot of workshops happening throughout India on how to avoid plagiarism. Just go and search in Google or search in YouTube. There have been recorded videos also. Instead of watching any song or anything, just 10 minutes videos are there. Listen to it and try to learn more out of the particular resources. So my final remembrance is give credit to the original authors. Do not forget them. They are your source for your research. They are feeding you. So give the credit to the original authors. Demonstrate your awareness. Be very, very clear in terms of your value and credibility in terms of your academic things. And people should follow you. You should have a lot of followers. It is not that you have followers in Twitter or Instagram. Have people following you in terms of your academic value and credibility. That is much very important today. And the best way to avoid this plagiarism is be honest. As said by the first slide, I said honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibility. These are your 5 fingers. You require all the 5 fingers to do your work. And similarly for academics, you need to have these 5 points: honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibility. And then everything will be fine. You need not worry about it. Don't even think about the word plagiarism. Though not in a dream also you can think about the word plagiarism if you follow these 5 things. So give credit for the owner, otherwise you are stealing it. This is a different kind of stealing because technology has gone to such a level where the digital world, so you can steal anything. But give the stealing is common. I cannot say that don't steal it. We cannot say the word please don't steal it. We cannot tell here. We have to steal it because every resource is drained. We have to steal it. But you steal it and give the credit to the owner who has given the original thing. So I have taken a resolution today, or sorry, it is our resolution that given the references for my PPT. That is, even if you prepare a PPT, we copy somewhere, even for the PPT, we will follow the references. And I hope that all the participants who are listening will also follow from today. Whatever small work in academics you do, put the references, give the credit to the people who have the source of inspiration for you to do it. I want every one of you to follow it so that we all academically can be honest in terms of our working. As I said, we are stealing it. I do accept that. We have to steal because there is no other source for us. I cannot go and invent anything newly here. So they have already already invented and given to us. Like it is like what the music in music field, Ilayaraja has given all the music to us, and all the other new musicians are only copying it. Small bit they copy and they use the music. Similarly, in academics, you have to copy it, but you have to give that particular what you call the benefit to them in terms of at least we're not going to pay it to them. At least honor them, acknowledge them, thank them by giving it in references or wherever we are citing. So thanks for your patient listening, and yes, this session is over. My slides are available, and as I said earlier, the slides of the second session of Dr. Arunmoli and the third session of Dr. Mahalingam also is available in the website. You can download it, and now you can all start asking me the questions now.
Sir, good afternoon. I am Shantanu Das from Odisha.
Yeah, please,
Yes,
sir. Sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, if I paraphrase the entire plagiarized content, that means it is removed, plagiarism removed entirely.
See, I said very clearly, you can paraphrase, you can do whatever you want, you can summarize, you can paraphrase, okay, but your no,
Suppose 60 to 60, sir.
62?
If 60 to 70% of the entire thesis is paraphrased, is it acceptable by the university authority?
60 to 70% thesis cannot be paraphrased, okay. It should not be done. You're totally unethical then. Okay. See,
Right, sir.
You can have it as a base, Shantanu. You can have it as a base, Shantanu. That is, someone has done your work, you can have it as a base, and through that base you can build it up. Okay. Don't take the same words and go on paraphrasing it. Have it as a base and start doing it. That's all.
Sir, the theoretical framework of the study or a profile of the organization, these are the common things
Yes.
that these are repeatedly in every thesis, So
Yeah, I'll tell you.
how can,
I'll give an example. I'll just explain to you. In terms of the theoretical part is concerned, or in terms of the organizational part is concerned, normally when you go for the plagiarism testing, okay, the librarian who is doing the plagiarism will understand it and they will not put it over there. This is the number one.
Right.
What I have seen practically. The librarians, they know it pretty well. When they are loading it in Turnitin software, they will avoid that particular chapter. Number one. Number two, it is the Turnitin report itself will stop all these things in terms of organizational point, whatever you are given, because you cannot change the words of the organization. So that will normally be stopped. And coming on to your question which you have asked in terms of literature part is concerned, literature review writing, whether plagiarism will be there, then you can say very clearly, yes, plagiarism can be avoided when you put the name of the author and cite it properly, and then you have to go it in quotes, or if you don't want to go it in quotes, you are going to paraphrase. Plagiarism will not come if you are putting the name of the author.
Sir, right. Now I understand, sir.
Okay.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
So there's a question from the YouTube chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell how to give citation in hybrid case.
In hybrid,
Case. How to give citation in hybrid case.
see, the hybrid case is nothing but an act of combining perfectly cited sources with copied passages. That itself is a plagiarism. Hybrid is a part of plagiarism. Now, hybrid cannot be unplagiarized. Hybrid is a part of plagiarism. You should not hybrid your paper. That's what I am trying to tell you. I have given you 10 plagiarism things which are there. If you want, I will upload that particular white paper of Turnitin in my website, but today evening I will do it. You can go through it. This particular what you call hybriding is there, which is normally it combines, or I'll again repeat the words, it combines perfectly cited sources with copied passages without citation. Okay, now if you give citation, the next question comes, and if I give citation, will it that plagiarism go away? Again, no. Because Turnitin will identify very easily. Turnitin is the best software, and it has the 11th sense or 12th sense also. It knows how to identify what are mistakes you have done. Easily it will identify. What from Beena ma'am, it is what is the most reliable plagiarism checker? Ma'am, as I said, it is two things which we normally rely upon. I rely upon is first one is Turnitin, second one is Urban software. Online there are many SEO tools, plagiarism checker X, many things are there. As I said earlier, if that plagiarism checker is giving you 10% as plagiarism, and if you put it in Turnitin, it will show you 40%. Because the resources with Urkund or the resources with Turnitin are more compared to any other softwares. All the research articles, papers are available with Turnitin. Number one software is Turnitin. Number two is Urkund.
So next question from Jay Gita ma'am. How to identify and check the plagiarism about journal?
No, about journal or journal article?
Maybe journal article.
Journal article means very simple. Write your article, and if you want any support, kindly send it to any person who is doing the plagiarism checking. Like suppose if you ask me to do it and give it, you can send me the journal article. We will send it to the Bangalore office and we will check out. There will be a small amount to be for journal articles. Normally they charge around 300 rupees for plagiarism checking. If it is a thesis to check, they normally charge somewhere around 750 to 900 rupees per thesis to check it and give it to you. Make the payment to them, they will send you the report. With that you will be able to see what is the quantum of your plagiarism.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kennedy. I am a research scholar.
Yes, Kennedy.
Sir, I have a question regarding this reference.
Yes. Yeah, please tell me, Kennedy, sir.
Research, and I'm taking one research, and it's talk about district profile. Suppose if I take some information from the district profile, and I give this, for example, the census book 2011. So if I give the reference section about that profile, I have taken one paragraph as it is given in the census book about the district.
Yes.
So if I give the citation at the reference section about that census 2011 or economic survey 2011 Tirunelveli or any district,
Okay.
is it okay, and it can be taken as a citation?
I'll make it very simple. I'll make it very simple, Kennedy sir. I'll make it very simple. You are going to take the census. So census has been done in the year 2011. Okay. So 2011 census, you will be taking it for your study. So you are going to take out some tables which is going to tell about the census.
Theoretical I'm taking.
I'm telling both. I'm going to tell both the things to you. So you are taking some tables and you're putting the table. Below the table itself, put the source. From where you're taken.
Yes.
Now coming on to the theoretical part, you have to write according to the Indian government census 2011. Okay, and then start writing your things. And the same thing put in the reference column also. Then you will not get
even
the
though the
plagiarism.
paragraph that we are taking.
Okay. No, I'm saying about the paragraph only. The paragraph which you're going to take it from that particular portal of the government. That's what I said. .gov website. If you are quoting it, you will not get plagiarism. If you are taking it from some other link,
But if I get the PDF file,
yeah, PDF file I'm saying that.
suppose
PDF
I
file can
get
be
the census
mentioned.
book.
That's what I'm saying. Census book Turnitin will not consider those census book or handbook of census. It's normally called as handbook of census. Right? So that handbook of census, it is a government property. So that government property can be copied, but when you are writing it inside your theory part, either you put in quotes and then mention the site there. That is according to the government handbook of census 2011. Mention it there.
Suppose if I give you a quotation, is it okay?
See, quotation normally comes only when author is telling it to you. This handbook is about a mix of many things. So you can even paraphrase it. You can even summarize it. Okay, don't go for paraphrasing. You can summarize it, but you put in the things.
Sir, Durai Raja, sir.
Yes, Durai.
Durai Raja from Bangalore. Sir, for my question, thanks for this session. Out of all the theories, it really made sense to listen to all the awareness that you are making about different bodies of our government and so on. So very, very informative today's session. Okay, my question is, um, are we expected to approach the original author in terms of citing or referencing? And in any way, are they getting benefited from using the references?
Sir,
See,
see, yeah, I understood your question. Your question is the most important question which you have been posted today. I'll again repeat your question to the audience at large because they have to listen to this question. Your question was very, very apt. That is, do I want to contact the person who has done the research earlier? So that I'm going to do it. See, the answer is, in case of doing an experimental study, okay, or in case if you are going to follow the same study and then expand that study. Got the point what I am saying? You are going to follow
Yes.
the same study and you are going to expand the study what is being done. Then you have to contact the person who has done the previous study because you are going to do the same study. Same study. Normally this happens normally in science and engineering. Okay. Suppose medicine has been found out and you want to build it upon the medicine. Now the person who has already found out that particular vaccine or medicine should be contacted because they will give you the pros and cons. So with that only you have to go. But in social science, particularly area, the references are infinite. Okay, we cannot count the number of references available, and you will not get the source of the person whom you have to contact. Yes, that becomes difficult.
Yes, exactly. But legally, are we expected to contact because they would have published something?
Sir, if they are having a copy, sir, if they are using now the word comes here called as copyright, sir. Okay, some of the papers, if you go to the website of Web of Science or somewhere, you cannot download the paper, sir. It is not under open access. It is under the closed access. Obviously, then you have to pay the money and then you have to get the paper downloaded. Then automatically it means that you have contacted the person. You got the point, sir?
Sure, sir.
If it is an open source document which you have downloaded, it is not necessary to contact.
Okay. That's what my actual question also. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And to Kalarani, you have asked a question. The questioners taken from online falls under plagiarism, sir. No, it will not come under plagiarism. Because when you go for plagiarism testing, the questioner will not be sent for plagiarism testing. Only chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 will go for plagiarism testing and it will not come under plagiarism, number 1. Number 2, questioners, yes, you have to adopt the questionnaire of someone else. As I said in the first day, you are building a model out of the blueprint given by other person. So normally it will not come under the plagiarism testing. Having said that, what you have to do is, suppose if you are going to follow any questionnaire, give the due credit and cite from where you have taken that questionnaire, from where you have adopted that questionnaire, please mention it. In your research methodology chapter, mention very clearly in your 3rd chapter that according to this person's questionnaire in the year this one, I am taking the model of the questionnaire. Mention in your 3rd chapter called as research methodology. More than enough.
That
Yes.
whether it is mandatory to publish our paper in Google Scholar before submitting our thesis.
See, Google Scholar is not the platform to submit your paper. Okay. Google Scholar is just identifying where and all you have put the papers. You have to publish the paper in only journals, not in Google Scholar. Once you publish in the journal and if you have a Google Scholar account, the paper will automatically come to the Google Scholar and no university in India is telling that you should have a paper published in Google Scholar. I think so UGC said that you have to publish paper in UGC listed journal. Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
sir.
Please
Yeah,
tell
I
me, ma'am.
have a doubt. There's something called self-plagiarism.
Okay.
Sir, so I just want to know to what extent one can take the contents of his own writings, previous writings.
And that's what I have said, no ma'am. There's a word called as recycle. Okay, recycle is one of the plagiarism. Okay, which now everyone is doing it. Recycling is actually bad. That is your own work you are taking and you are doing it. You can do it. You can do it, but don't do it more. And the site, see, self-citation should not be there in Google Scholar. I think so. You would accept that one. You write your own paper and you self-cite it, Google Scholar, and you are trying to increase your Google Scholar account by more number of citation. That is not valid actually. So once you start writing your own paper and citing your own paper, then it becomes an act of cheating.
Yeah, so it's always good to avoid such type of thing.
It is always good to avoid copying it from your original paper, because see, for example, if I do my PhD,
Yeah.
okay, I take one table and do the work, again copy the table and do another work, copy the same table will be copied and going on.
Yeah.
That should not be there. Now what you can do is, say if you are doing a PhD work and you finish your PhD, you can take only age combined with, you do a small cross tab with age and satisfaction, put a paper. Income with satisfaction, put a paper. Take one and put a paper. Don't put the entire table for one paper.
Okay.
See, what mistakes people do is, once they complete the PhD and want to put more papers, what they do is, they put the entire table in one paper,
Yeah.
and then they want to show off, so they write the entire content of the thesis in one paper and they finish it off. Now, they don't have other papers to do it. So now what they will do, from the first paper, they will take another table. So my suggestion will be that you have done a PhD. Normally, after completing a PhD, you will be able to put at least minimum 50 papers. 50 papers can be put from each and every person, ma'am. How I am telling it, you will be having demographic factors, age, everything will be there. Take only age and do a small cross tabulation with your job satisfaction variables. One paper is ready. Now take income, do one paper. Similarly, one can be taken as one part and you can prepare a paper. So it will be going on, increasing and going. Now every paper is different. That way you have to go about. That becomes more credible, because everywhere job satisfaction will be coming. Okay, so you will become one of the master in the paper of job satisfaction, but all the variables will be different. Every paper will be different.
Yeah.
So people will start citing your paper easily. That should be the way how you have to go for publishing your papers.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, one more question.
ma'am.
What are the acceptable range of plagiarism?
See, I said very clearly, it depends from university to university, and I will give you some examples which I have taken it of the universities. Okay, now some universities I just read it out. If you take Karnataka, Vishweswara Technological University, it is 20%. Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University has 30%. Delhi University, they have given a special software through which they have to check, and it should be only 12%. Tamil Nadu MGR University, Chennai, 25% is allowed. Bharadar University, 30% is allowed in Urkund. Pondicherry University, 15%. Kagannath University, Jaipur, 20%. Every university has their own percentages. Please contact your university, your research department there in the university. They will let you know what is the percentage permissible and do it. Now, I forgot to tell you one more thing. When you do a PhD and we are going for submission of a PhD, most people will be having a doubt with regard to what will be the plagiarism testing, what will be my plagiarism level. If I go and submit and if it is plagiarism is more, what will happen? So best thing is, have a plagiarism test done before you go for submission, but you should be very careful that your plagiarism report is not published. I know Mr. Gokul, who is sitting there, will know about this nuances, because he is my friend who helps me out in getting all the plagiarism report. So we normally test the plagiarism report, but we will not publish it. Once you publish, what happens? It gets recorded in the returned in software. And again, suppose your plagiarism is only 10%, you will be very happy. You will go and give it in the university. University will again check with Turnitin. Now what will happen? Already you have checked that plagiarism level, it will be showing 10%. Now again you are checking it, it will show 40%. It will be a heartbreak for us. Then we will come to know, my report has been already published, so it is again a repetition. Then we have to write a letter, everything. It becomes a big process. So normally what we do is we get unpublished report that we will not publish it there, but we'll get the report from Turnitin to check whether we are on the safer side. You can do it. Everyone can do it. Not a problem at all.
Sir, one more question.
Yes, Kennedy sir.
Sir, I'm Kennedy.
Yeah, please tell me, Kennedy sir.
Regarding the publications, now you see the UGC care list is keep on changing the delisting the journals, sometime adding. But for example, before submitting the thesis, we just as per the university norms, we publish one or two papers in the UGC care list journal, A or B. Nowadays, A and B only available in the UGC care list. Earlier it was 4, A, B, C, D. Yes. Now, for example, I am publishing papers, my research paper today. So it is in the listed UGC care list. But later on, my thesis is going to be submitted after 3 months. So at the time of 3 months, at the time of submitting my thesis, I just already added the publication at the last page of my thesis.
Yes.
So it be taken into account because that time the journal list is delisted from the UGC care list.
Yes.
So how is it? How do you deal with these issues?
Sir, that is where I think so. You are not confused. I am not confused. We are all very clear about the problem. Only UGC is very big confused in this answers. Actually, to be very frank, UGC does not know a solution for this. Okay. See, you have to depend on the university where you are doing your research work, sir. Okay. Say for example, Periyar University states very clearly, Tande Periyar University from Salem states very clearly that if your paper is published in the UGC care listed journal, UGC listed journal during your course of your study, it is more than enough. Similarly, Bharadar University also, in your course of your study of your research, if you have published in UGC listed journal, it is more than enough. Some of the universities are very, very particular that at the time of submission, the journal has to be in the list. So check out with your university and then do the work.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, please, sir. Gokul sir, your voice is breaking. Sir, your voice is
Before
totally...
submitting the thesis.
Okay.
Before submitting the thesis.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, please tell me now. Yeah, I'm able
Before
to hear.
submitting the thesis, can we take the data? Can we take the data and write the paper? Before.
Sir, again, yeah, understood, sir. Yes, sir, understood the question. Before taking... Yes, sir, your question is a very apt question. Your data can be taken and written for a paper or not before submitting the thesis. That's the question.
Yes.
Sir, please don't do that mistake of taking your entire data, showing your entire output to the world at large before your viva is over. Before your viva is over, I'm telling you. Please do not share your entire data or your entire secrets or your entire analysis to the world at large before your viva exam is over. Because some journals, I'm not telling many journals, handful of journals are there which goes for the plagiarism of your paper, and that numbers, the values will be recorded in their system, in the server. Now once you go for submitting your thesis, you go for plagiarism testing, that same numbers will be showing as plagiarism for you in your research, in your thesis. Then it becomes difficult for you to rephrase everything. So what you can do is, with your pilot study what you have done, you'll do a small analysis and then submit a paper. Don't show your exact answer. That's what normally many universities, what they do is, when you are submitting a synopsis, that is before the thesis submission, they will not ask you to submit the findings. Only, ma'am, I'm right now, ma'am, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think so. Findings should not be given. Your findings should not be given in your synopsis when you're submitting. Because the person, because at the time of submitting the synopsis, the examiner will only go through your topic and they will give the consent that yes, I am ready to evaluate that particular thing. So even during the submission of a synopsis also, we are not supposed to reveal our findings.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, one more question from Mr. Muthukumar. Sir, please give a brief explanation about citation.
See, citation, a very simple word, Muthukumar, actually. Citation, nothing but you are going to thank. For example, I will tell you, once suppose in Tamil Nadu, any marriage or any function is over, after the function is over, you will be thanking everyone. I thank all these people, or when the function is over, normally vote of thanks will be there. I thank the principal, I thank the HOD. Likewise, we thank everyone once an event is over. Even now, after this thing is over, Darling Selvi Madam will be thanking all of you, participants and myself, everyone, she'll be thanking. It is called as acknowledging, because we have been participating in that. So it is Madam's responsibility to thank everyone. Similarly, when you take something and words from other person, you have to thank that person, and that thanking in academics is called as citing. I hope I would have explained to you in a good way which you can understand. Murugaya sir has asked a question: how to check plagiarism in review article? Sir, Murugaya sir, it may be review article or any article, sir. We have to go through plagiarism checker only. We have to go to any plagiarism software and check it out to find out what is the plagiarism level. Please avoid online plagiarism checkers. Most of the plagiarism checkers, though they say they're great, they're number one, number two, they put out of numbers. These are all only for marketing strategies. Please don't believe on those marketing strategies, and don't put your paper in plagiarism checkers available online. The moment, because today any word, I think so you'll be all understanding it, people who are in the software industry will know it. When you are typing a letter in Google, Gmail, side by side you will be getting some advertisement also related to what you are typing. Data is being seen by everywhere. Data mining is happening. Data is being seen by everywhere. So once you put the paper in online for checking with regard to what plagiarism checker or SEU tools, immediately your paper is gone in the web. So there what happens afterwards, when you go for plagiarism checking in Turnitin or somewhere, your own same paper will be shown in plagiarism. Your own paper is coming there. So please avoid doing plagiarism checking once, twice, thrice, 4 times. Each and I have seen many of the research scholars here. First chapter they'll complete, they'll go for plagiarism testing. Second chapter they'll complete, go for plagiarism checking. Third chapter, every chapter they'll do plagiarism. So at the end of their PhD, before submitting, they would have done 5 or 6 times plagiarism checking. Now when they're going for the real plagiarism checking in the library, they'll get more plagiarism, and if you see, their own work will be coming as plagiarism. Now the guide has to write a letter stating that this is our work, this is our work, everything she has to write the guide has to write a letter, give it to the librarian to avoid that plagiarism. So try to avoid plagiarism with online tools.
Sir, one more question from the audience. Angita Gupta. If I prepare papers from my thesis data, is that also plagiarism?
No, it is not plagiarism, because it is your data, and the references kindly mention that it is a thesis work done by you. It's your work, you acknowledge yourself. Over.
There's no more questions in the
Any
chat
more questions
boxes.
are there?
Any more
Sir,
questions
what
from the
question
audience?
is there? Hello?
Yes, Christopher.
Sir, if I cite my own work, I mean own previous article, I mean if I take 1 or 2 quotes that is reliable to the current article,
Okay.
is it okay for?
Yeah, you can use it, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir, you can do it, sir. Self quoting.
I must cite that, okay?
Yes, you have to cite it there, but don't do it repeatedly. That's what we are telling. See,
Okay.
don't try to go on doing it repeatedly. 1 or 2 places, yes, fine, you can do it. Okay. Now what happens?
Okay.
Suppose yourself and your guide, you are preparing a paper and you are submitting it. Okay. Now again another 1 more paper you are doing it, and that paper also you are putting your name and your guide name, and you are in the reference you are again putting his name. So it becomes self citation. Fine, as a paper it is fine, there is no problem at all. But when you go for Google Scholar citations, self-citation will reduce your quality.
Okay, sir.
In
Okay.
Google Scholar citation, I'm saying.
All right. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I had one more thing.
Yes, sir.
That is, there is a coursework examination for plagiarism for the current stream of PhD scholars. Is that still available or existing? I mean, since 2019, UGC recommended a coursework examination for plagiarism.
I'm
for
not,
PhD scholars.
sir, sorry, I don't have an idea about that. Seriously, I don't have an idea about that.
Okay,
Because, sir, again, UGC will tell 100 things. It depends upon the university to act accordingly. So, as of my knowledge goes, it is not available in Bharatiyar University, Periyar University, or other universities. To my knowledge goes.
Okay.
Maybe if it is there, it is good. It is good, really good.
Is there actually in our university, that is Alumni University, they said. So since 2019, they are practicing.
Fine, good, sir. But what is the course? But no, what are you going to write in that?
It's I don't have any idea because since I am in the 2018 batch.
No. UGC would have given a recommendation to start it off, but what course will they prepare? See, if any person wants to prepare the course, again they have to plagiarize it from some other course. That is the problem.
All right.
Because normally when we prepare a course module for any subject or anything, we immediately sit in the system and then we start searching many courses of many universities. Take all the things, club it, and we prepare one course. That is what normally we do it in India. Every one of us. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, if for plagiarism one course is going to come in, I don't know from where the UGC people search for the course content.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
So I think no more questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we wind up the session?
Sure.
Any more questions from the audience? Or any feedback would you like to give regarding today's session? Welcome for giving feedbacks also. Okay. So we are going to the end of the session. We got continuous pouring of knowledge, patiently answering the queries from top to top, in and out. So we were taught with the maxim, doing right things when nobody is watching. I repeat, doing right things when nobody is watching. That is the biggest lesson for all of us today. When you smoke, your lungs will become better, the bitter truth. Then giving weightage, highlighting all the statistics regarding plagiarism, strongly echoing the words cite, quote, that will be echoing in our mind continuously. Calling Bill Gates, the giant of Microsoft, to our rescue in deleting Control+C and Control+V. Intentional and unintentional plagiarism are explained very clearly. We came to know the serious consequences of plagiarism, both for scholars and academicians, in career in the form of monetary and non-monetary. Reminded the duty and responsibility of research supervisors. 6 Ds are avoiding plagiarism is an eye-opener to every teacher. Define, deter, dialogue, defend, detect, and discipline. Taught us the ways and means of avoiding plagiarism with examples more clearly. Alarming caution of 404 is the smart indicator of not to plagiarize. Normally, trade secrets never be revealed globally. We don't know the business secrets of either Nagarcoil chips or Tirunelveli Alva. But today, we got all the business secrets of plagiarism and the avoidance of the same meticulously. That shows Suman sir's integrity towards research and researchers. Practically gave the credit of sourcing as the evidence of proving the academic integrity in his own PPT. The recommendation given by Suman sir to attend the workshops conducted by librarians has been taken as such and the IKC of Raniana Government College has planned to conduct a workshop on the topic Tools for Enhancing Research Visibility on 21st July from 11 to 12:30 p.m. Intimation will be given tomorrow. All are welcome to join and make use of the program. So, on behalf of the IKC of Raniana Government College and on behalf of all the participants, wholeheartedly, I thank Dr. Suman for the exhaustive introduction, explanation, and discussion on the given topic. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks to all the participants. And the PPTs are available in the website. You can go and take it out in the website. And even I'll upload some of the materials of Turnitin as well as the 6Ds principle, whatever it is there. And I'll upload a PPT also with regard to what has been given by the UGC librarian, Utpal Das, about the citing of papers, how to cite it, everything is given. All those documents I'll upload it by today evening. So you can take it out and you can start learning it. And one more small request from all of us here is from Darling Silvi Madam and myself is, and even Dr. Mahalingam is, tomorrow session we'll be starting at 10 o'clock and hardly we will be explaining to you for half an hour. That's all. Not more than half an hour we'll be speaking, and we want all of.
Sir, it's not audible.
Hello?
It's audible now.
See, to all the participants, please make a note of it. Tomorrow, kindly be ready with your questions with regard to the predatory journals or whatever it is there, so that we will be able to answer you. We don't want ourselves to be talking continuously. So please ensure that you come out with certain questions to ask us, so that we'll be able to give you an eye-opening session. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sir, yesterday and day before yesterday's PPT will be published today, sir, in the website.
May I know who is speaking, please?
Sir, this is Santanu speaking, sir.
Shantanu sir, I will just type it in the chat box here. You can go to that website, and it is already available there in the website. You can go and take it there, sir.
Sir.
It's already available. I already put there. You can take it out, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.